Hello, my name is Pastor Wale Adepoju, and I'm the senior pastor at Prince Emmanuel All Nations Seventh-day Adventist Church. Revelation 12:11 says, "And they overcame him, being Satan, by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony." Our members here today want to share with you their testimonies because we know how important it is not to only overcome by the grace of God, but also by the words of fellow believers like you. So take a look at our testimonies, and we hope that it encourages you to make it through your storm.
Hello, my name is Christianah Adepoju. I'm one of the elders at Prince Emmanuel All Nations Seventh-day Adventist Church. And I just want to share my testimony, my experience way back as a child. And it's going to be a childlike faith, which is what we all probably lack today. Even including myself, now that I'm grown, I look back and I saw how my childlike faith actually worked for me. It was when I was way in high school, in elementary school. I live with my uncle who has 4 children, and I am the oldest, 1 year older than his firstborn. And I have been to school for 3 years at home in my village, going back and forth, from the farm back to the town. It's only when I'm in town that I get to go to school. When I'm on the farm, I could not go to school. So my going to school has been like staccato, on and off, for 3 years. So when I finally went with my uncle and his children, we went to Elishon Remo, and I got to start all over again, wasting those 3 years. But I won't count it as a waste. But I have to now. I had a consistent, school system. I didn't have to be on and off like I was before. And when we all were in, we call it primary school, primary 5, 3 of us were in the same class. So 2 of my uncle's children went on to high school, and I couldn't go because there was no money. And you know how sad that would make me. It made me sad. So I went on to primary 6. I spent the first quarter in Ibadan, and then the second one in Lagos. So during the long vacation, I said I want to go home to my parents. I want to go to the village for holiday. So I went. But all along in my mind, I want to really, really go to high school because my 2 other people are gone. So when I got home, I told my mom that I was going to go to high school. And of course, that kind of raised an anxiety in them because they don't have any money. But I said, I am going. I don't know what they have to do, but I'm going. I said, I'm not going back to school anymore. I'm not going back to Lagos. I'm going to go with them to the farm. We're going to work, and we're going to find the money. And so my mother said, okay, if that is what I want, that is what, is going to happen. She said if she has to sell her, we call it Iborun. When Nigerians dress up, especially the Yorubas, they have the head tie and then they have the Iborun. If I have to sell my last Iborun, which is the shoulder shawl, you will go to school. So both of us were determined. So we went to the farm. Instead of being in school, I worked on the farm for about 3 months. And within that 3 months, we were able to get, my down payment, money for my, they call it requirements, the mattress, the pail, the toiletries, everything that you have to buy. So I got everything. I went through the list. We got everything. And then they sent me on my way, the next school year. And of course, after the first year, things weren't looking good. And my parents also got some encouragement from people. They said, when a farmer goes to the farm, the road is not there. He has to bend down, use his cutlass, and make the way. And then the paths will appear. So they said, if my parents would just let me start, that the way will open, that God will make a way, And so exactly with my childlike faith, I know we don't have money, but I just know I have to go. And first year I went through without any problem, but the second year there was problem because there was no money again to go to school, and it looked like they were about to just send me home. But then, and I didn't stay still either. I was writing to people that I thought maybe they have money and they can help me, and of course nothing came from that. But I also have an interview with my they call it the local government. From my writing around, I think I must have written them, and then they set a day for the interview. But the letter did not get to me on time. It got to me after they have had the interview. But I still told my principal I have to go. And they know the system that, once the interview is done, they will not make any allowance for somebody else. But I was still going on my childlike faith. I said I have to go. I went anyway, but I was disappointed because they couldn't do anything for me. I just cried and left the place. And during that time, I didn't know that the principal was looking at me, seeing how I was doing my work, and also that I didn't have that much clothes. I went to school with 3 dresses, one for church, one for school, one for manual labor. And with time, these were getting raggedy. I continued to patch them, and I only have 1 shoe that I wore to school and wore to church, and that was getting raggedy too. From patching, it was, and I didn't know people were looking at me, but I didn't care. I was in school. I want to be in school, and I was in school. I didn't know people were looking at me. So some people will give me clothes, some people will give me shoe, and then the principal also sent my name along with some other names to the then federal. I didn't know my name went, but somebody else, a friend that goes to another school, knew that my name was sent. So when it was time that the results came out, we were looking at the paper, and she said, "Oh, I think they sent your name too. Let's go and look at the papers." So we went and we buried ourselves in the paper, reading names of people that whose name came out of the paper. I went to my we were looking under the school. We were looking for the government, for the local government under the school that we went to. But her name was actually sent under the local government of where we came from. So after we put the paper down, my mind was restless. I said, I'm going to pick up the paper again. I went and picked up the paper again all by myself, and I started going from local government to local government. And when I saw my name, I jumped. My head almost hit the sky, and I started running like a mad woman. I was running. Where was I going? I was going straight to the principal's office to just let him know that my name is there. And this man was driving, coming to his house. Unfortunately, see me running like who was that fastest runner in the Bible? Ahimaaz saw me running. He was like, he was scared. He thought that something happened in the house, and I was running towards him. But instead of talking to, I was speechless. I just threw the paper in his face. And I said, my name is there, my name is there. What I want people to know is that when you have faith, the Bible said if we have faith as much as a mustard seed, we can move mountains. And I just want to encourage people that we can still have faith. And that when you have that faith, God will help that little tiny faith that you have, and we will bless it, in a big way. God honored my childlike faith. And you have to have faith without doubting. I did not doubt. I just knew I had to go to school. I was going to go to school, and I went to school. So I had federal scholarship, 75%. All that my parents were responsible for at that time was only 25%. And I was able to go to high school and graduated. And I just thank God for that. And I use that to encourage people when they are facing challenges, that we just have to have faith. Do not waver, do not doubt. And I hope that my story can help someone else. And also, with one of my children going to medical school too. Medical school money is huge. It's like a mortgage. I just roll on the ground. I told God, I said, God, I did not want a mortgage. You have to make a way. And sure enough, the Lord made a way, because she got into one of these scholarships, where they even give her stipend and as well as pay the school fees. I know she owes something, but it wasn't as much as she should have owed if the Lord has not intervened. So I hope my story helps somebody. Please keep up the faith, because God is faithful. He will not let you down. Thank you.